Welcome back once again to the world of EnglishExams.com. In this video, we are going to look at one of the very important question types on the Ielts reading module, that is multiple choice questions. Guys, this question type is repeated on both the Ielts listening as well as the Ielts reading module. The strategy which is followed, of course, would be more or less similar, but the application part would be different from the reading to the listening module. So in this video, we are going to strategically solve multiple choice questions, and I'm going to teach you two different types of multiple choice questions that can be seen in the Ielts reading module. So without any further delay, let's proceed with today's video, and don't forget to like, share and subscribe to our channel worldofenglishexams.com. And with that note, let's get started with today's video. As you can see on the screen, these are the basic types of questions that can be seen in the Ielts reading module. Not that all the question types are repeated, but yes, there is a chance that any of the question types can be seen on the exam. So it's better for us to prepare with all the different question types like note completion, sentence completion, flow chart, diagram, summary, multiple choice that we are going to target today, and then we have matching, true, false not given, yes, no not given, short answers, etc., etc. So you can find the detailed descriptive videos and much more interesting information about such question types on our website www.worldofenglishexams.com, and stay tuned to our channel because we are going to give you many more such interesting videos. Okay, so now let's get started with discussing some important tips and information that you would be requiring in order to get the multiple choice questions right. The strategy is very simple and direct, guys. So if you can follow, understand and apply this technique, then nothing like that. You will never go wrong with multiple choice questions. So let's see. Okay, so as you can clearly see here, basically there are 5 important points that you have to remember while solving multiple choice questions. The first thing, as I told you, there are two different types of multiple choice questions, the two variants I must say. The first of which is called choose one correct option from 3 or 4 alternatives. Yes, so this is the type of multiple choice that we have been practicing ever since our childhood, that we will be given a question and there would be 3 options or 4 options, out of which we need to select one right answer. And yes, the multiple choice questions will be taken up from the reading passage only. It can be from the beginning of the passage or towards the end, that we can't predict. But what is for sure is that multiple choice questions will have 2 variants and both of them are going to depend on the passage. Now talking about the second variation of the multiple choice, the second variant would be choosing 2 options or 3 options, whatever number of correct options from 5 or 6 choices. Okay, so here you would be requiring an additional skill to identify not one answer but 2 right answers. Yes, you have heard it right, that you should not select one but 2 right options. Now the trouble here is that when you have to select more than one options, not only should you understand the questions and the options correctly, but these options may not be in an order in the text. Yes, what I mean to say is that all the options, all the correct options would definitely be present, but we cannot identify whether the options are in an order or whether they are not following a sequence. That is the important strategy that we need to identify the correct options here. And yes, in this video, don't worry, we are going to practice both the variations, so stay tuned. Now the second important point to note is that you have to read all the options before going to scan the text. Yes, we are not going to read the entire passage and then approach the questions. Rather, we are going to first have a look at the question and go through all the options carefully and then come back to reading the text. So then the third important point would be to look for synonyms. So synonyms or parallel expressions, as you might know, are different words that mean the same. For example, buy and purchase. Okay, so bring and get, something like that. So these words, though their meaning is the same, we use them as parallel expressions, and those are called synonyms. And Ielts is all about synonyms. So be it listening, reading, writing, speaking, whatever it is, synonyms would play a crucial role in determining the score. So do understand what synonyms are, and the thing is that you should not expect to find the same words as given in the question or the statement. No, if we are looking for the exact words, often we might risk wasting a lot of time and ending up in feeling tensed or nervous, and we might miss those questions which might otherwise be possible to score. So we are going to look for synonyms, and we are going to practice the identification of synonyms rather. Then the fourth important point is that it is very important to understand and check the keywords. So keywords are those words that signify a contextual relativity. That means that those are the significant words that carry a wholesome meaning. I have previously discussed about the keyword identification strategies in my earlier videos, and which you can find on our YouTube channel, that is World of English Exams, or you might also find them on our website www.worldofenglishexams.com. So if you have not checked my previous videos, please do go on to the channel and check it. I'll also give the link for that in the description box. Then the last point that you have to remember is that this is very important for the academic students particularly, that they need to target the tense of the question. Not that general students should not do that, but yes, the length of the paragraphs and the complexity of questions might sometimes be more difficult for the academic students, and that is the reason I'm stressing on this, that the tense of the question should match with the tense that is given in the passage. For example, if the tense given in the question is in the present, the passage also should be ideally in the present tense. So if at all you can't match the information properly, you can also do that by identifying the tense of the question, that it is whether it's in the present tense, past tense, or the future tense, and this might prove to be an essential point in getting the full band score. So I hope this information was really helpful, and by applying all these strategies, why don't we practice a passage, and why don't we do some set of questions so that we understand the concept better and it retains in our mind. So yes, practice, 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 and practice. There are no shortcuts to success. We have to practice as much as possible. So having said that, let's move on to solving question by question. Yes, so this is how a question for the multiple choice looks. Of course, the passage is given only for understanding. In reality, you should be going to the passage and analyzing the answer. So now let's read the first question. According to the introduction, that is the introductory paragraph. So they are giving us a hint here. What is that? We don't have to look anywhere else but the introduction. So according to the introduction, we become aware. We become aware is that we get to know, we realize. Okay, so we become aware of the importance of smell when. It means we all have the capacity, we all have the ability to sense the smell. However, we don't realize its importance till, okay, till option A, we discover a new smell. So that means only when we see, we discover, we feel a new smell, then only we discover the importance of smell. Okay, the B option would be we experience a very powerful smell, strong odor. Then our ability to smell is damaged. That means we can no more detect the smell. Only when we can no more detect the smell will we become aware, we realize the importance of smell. Okay, and D, when we are surrounded by odors, when we are surrounded by different types of smell, only then we realize the importance of it. Now, which one is stated by the writer in the passage? So for your convenience, here I have identified and I have marked the correct sentence in green. So without any further delay, let's read that sentence. It is only when the faculty of smell is impaired. Impaired is nothing but damaged. So when the faculty, that is the ability to smell, is impaired for some reason, that we begin to realize the essential role of the sense of smell. Realize is nothing but become aware. So what is the sentence giving us clearly? That only if the ability of smelling is damaged, only then we come to know about the importance of smell. So which is coinciding clearly with option C, and hence we mark that as the right answer. And by the way, this question falls under the first type of multiple choice question, in which we have to select only one right answer out of the 4 alternatives that are given to us. Now, I hope you have understood this. Along the same lines, let's also do the next question. So the experiment in paragraph B. So such hints are very important for us. We need to consider the fact that we have to look only in the specified paragraph, that is paragraph B. So the experiment described in paragraph B, that means in the second paragraph, they have described some experiment. Okay, this experiment shows how we make use of smell without realizing it. We don't realize the sense of smell, but we make use of it in our day-to-day life. Is that what that experiment shows? Or demonstrates that family members have a similar smell. That means if you belong to the same family, then more or less you smell the same. Is it what that experiment proves? And then option C proves that a sense of smell is learned. That means we imbibe the sense of smelling. Okay, or D, it compares the sense of smell in males and females. Okay, so is it comparing the sense of smell in both the genders? What exactly is this experiment targeting? Again, you can see in green that I have highlighted the point here. In one well-known test is nothing but an experiment. Test and experiment are synonyms. So women and men were able to distinguish by smell alone the clothing worn by their marriage partners, so from similar clothing worn by other people, which means that, let's say that there are few men and women who were tested for their ability to distinguish smells. They identified the smell of their partners more effectively when compared to the smell of other people. So that is what is the experiment telling us. But just because we have found the word men and women, we should not mark the answer as D, because here it is clearly telling that they are never comparing the sense of smell. Some men and women were able to distinguish. That's it. There is no comparison happening between males and females. So be very practical in solving this, guys. And this is a very, very important point. Now let's continue reading. Most of the subjects are the men and women here. Most of the subjects would probably never have given much thought to odor. So that means they did not give a thought about smell. They did not realize it as a cue. Cue is nothing but a hint, clue for identifying family members before involved in the test. But as the experiment revealed, even when not consciously considered, the smells registered. That means we don't often realize it, but we continue smelling. That's what it means. So it clearly is matching with option A, that shows how we make use of smell without realizing it. And here the words are considered consciously. Consciously is nothing but we don't register that, we don't realize it mentally. So that is why the answer for this is option A. Now let's move on to the next question. Okay, so what is the writer doing in paragraph C? Again, here they are hinting us that we need to look at paragraph C. Now, what is the writer doing? Supporting other research. Okay, is he supporting any other experiment or research? Okay, then making a proposal. Is he or she making a proposal? Okay, or rejecting a common belief, which means that commonly there is a notion or a sort of misconception, and the writer is not agreeing with that. So he's not in accordance with that, he's rejecting that. Then maybe describing the limitations, setbacks, drawbacks, disadvantages kind of thing. So now let's see what I have highlighted in green. While it is true that the olfactory powers are nothing but ability to smell. Okay, so while it is true that the olfactory powers of human are nothing like as fine as those possessed by certain animals, they are still remarkably acute. So he's telling that the sense of smell in animals and the sense of smell in humans are more or less the same, but they are more accurate in the case of humans. Our noses are able to recognize thousands of smells and to perceive odors which are present only in extremely small quantities. So here, what is the common belief? The common belief is that animals and humans have the same capacity to receive the smell. That is the common belief. But here he is using the word while it is true. The moment we see a discourse marker while, it is understood that the sentence or the opinion is contradictory. So that is why the while is a very important word that shows that a common belief is rejected by the writer, and hence the answer is finalized to be C. I hope you have understood this. Now let's move on to the next question. Okay. What does the writer suggest about the study of smell in the atmosphere in paragraph E? Again, the hint is that we have to look only in the paragraph which is called E, in which something was suggested by the writer about the study of smell in the atmosphere, nature kind of thing. Okay, so the option A says the measurement of smell is becoming more accurate. That means when compared to the past, we are now able to measure the sense of smell in a much accurate and precise manner. Then option B, researchers believe smell is a purely physical reaction. It has nothing to do with the chemical reaction or biological reaction kind of thing. It's completely purely a physical reaction. Then C, most smells are inoffensive. He's telling that majority of the smells are. It is very important to identify that not all smells are inoffensive, but most of them are. Then D, smell is yet to be defined. Yet to be defined means that it is not completely defined so far. There is much of a research that has to happen in the future before defining it. Now again, let's see what I have highlighted in green. Significant advances have been made in understanding of the biological and chemical nature of olfaction. That means so far only physical reactions have been researched upon, but now advances have also been made in the understanding of different properties like the biological and the chemical natures of olfaction. But many questions have yet to be answered. So clearly this sentence is telling us that something is unfinished. The information about smell is yet to be defined, as some fundamental questions are to be defined. Researchers have still to decide whether smell is one sense or two. That means they are yet to define the smell. Clearly again it's giving the answer. And let's continue. One responding to odors proper and the other registering odorless chemicals in the air, atmosphere. So what is the study of smell telling that? It's clearly telling that smell is yet to be defined as being one sense or two sense depending on the kinds of odors that they perceive. So clearly the answer should be identified as D. So let's go back and see the answers. The first answer C, second one is A, third one is C, and the last answer is D. So yes, C, A, C, D are the answers given, and this paragraph is taken from Cambridge 8. Okay, so this also proves that we are taking the help of authentic Cambridge materials for our study. Now, having understood the first pattern of multiple choice questions, why don't we also make an effort to understand how to identify multiple choice questions which require us to select more than one correct answers? Yes, so let's also go ahead and learn that how to identify and choose from multiple options. Okay, so this is how multiple choice with choosing two options or three options looks like. And here, what is the question? According to the text, what of the following are the symptoms of diabetes? So depending on this context, I have identified three symptoms, three options. But yes, if at all the multiple choice questions asks you for two options, you can give any of them. But this one is asking me three options. I'm so sorry, but I'm unable to paste the entire question. But let's see the options. Hot flushes, muscle pains, nausea, losing consciousness, tiredness, bleeding gums, dilation of the eyes. So which of the following are the symptoms of diabetes? So I have clearly identified three symptoms. First one, feeling lethargic. Feeling lethargic is nothing but, yes, it's nothing but, tiredness. Lethargy and tiresomeness are one and the same. So E is one of the options. As you can see, the options don't follow the same order as mentioned in the question. Now the next one, Feeling dizzy. Dizzy is nothing but losing consciousness, feeling unconscious. And the last one, leg cramps. Cramp is nothing but a pain. So muscle pains. So these are the three symptoms that are identified as being symptoms of diabetes from the text. So this is how, if multiple options are given and you are asked to choose from them, you need to see how many options you need to select. So yes, the answers can also be written in any order as I have given here. So the options are B, D and E. That is muscle pains, losing consciousness and tiredness. Yes, this is how you need to read, understand and get the options for multiple choice. It is as simple as this, guys. No need to worry on this and no need to do a lot of research. All you need to do is adequate practice before attempting the exam. And yes, multiple choice questions are very important for both academic and general test takers. So I hope my strategy has helped you in getting the right answers. So do practice and comment and let me know how you felt about this, how you felt about learning a new strategy and application of it. So till I see you with the next video, happy preparation, guys, and do like, share and comment and subscribe and follow our channel. Don't forget to ring the bell icon if you wish to see all the latest notifications from our channel delivered to you right after we launch a new video. So happy preparation and see you with another video from the world of EnglishExams.com. Bye and take care.